Brightest blessings. This is Maggie, and I am recording this for the third question in the 2024 Tarot Reading Contest. And the question is from Alie or Alie. And her question is, what is next for my career? Today I will be using the White Newman Tarot. It's a deck I've had for a while, but this will be the first time I'm using it because as I was meditating on the question, this deck just called to me. So I trust the deck and we will use it. So we'll do a quick shuffle here. I already shuffled it really well once. Okay. Getting started. All right. Our first position in this spread is, what is your current situation? And we see this as the moon. Okay, now the moon would indicate that there's some hesitancy, there's some doubts, confusion going on. There's an illusion taking place. Things are obscured and you're not seeing them clearly, and it's giving you some concern, some hesitancy about your situation. And while the moon can be very bright when it's full, it has a cycle on the other side where it's very dark and can't be seen. So you're in that position right now where you can't see clearly. Things are obscured, they're not coming through clearly, and it's giving you some pause, some hesitation, a little bit of trepidation there. Okay. So the thing to remember is with the moon card, it is an illusion. So those doubts, those fears, those concerns, things that are appearing one way, that's not their true form. That's not the way things actually are. So you need to look past those things, what you think you are seeing, because it's just a screen. All right, our next position is, what is working in your favor? Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles. You have a lot of resources at your disposal, more than you realize. You have worked hard. You have put in the effort. You've gone through basically every stage in the Suit of Pentacles. You've worked hard. You've been patient when you've needed to be. You've put in the extra work when it's needed. And you've honed your skills. And you are at the top of your game. You are at the top. You're established. You're solid. And you've got a great outlook. And you have all the resources you need. And You are seen as the one who is top in what you do, and they're the ones that everybody comes to you when they need something that needs to be accomplished, and you carry through. You are always successful with it. So you've got that reputation, you've got your establishment of being the best and the go-getter. So this is what's really working in your favor. Uh, you're going to be the go-to person. They're really going to listen to what you have to say. Just be mindful to keep the resources you have at hand. Be aware of them, and don't be hesitant to tap into them and to use them. Not only money, but talent and time and, um, just knowledge and ability. All of those things are resources that are at your disposal. Even people in different fields and different areas of expertise, they're happy to work with you. They're happy to give you help. And those are also resources that you just need to keep in mind whenever you're tasked with something and there's something that you want to accomplish. All right, our next position is the strength that you need to really focus and capitalize on, and really focus on the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords typically is pictured with a heart with three swords in it, and it refers to heartbreak, something very hurtful and devastating. And with this card, in this context, you have two people embracing, and the three swords is sticking out of the other person's back. Now, this can be a betrayal, which would be in line with the traditional symbolism of the heart with the three swords in it. But it could also be that this is a person that the one with the swords in the back has come to this person to help them. Okay, so your strength is that you are the one who can see and be aware of the situation that doesn't feel right, as in there's a betrayal coming, or something is going to not turn out properly. There's something in the background working against it coming to fulfillment. You're aware of these things. You can pick up on the subtleties behind these situations and these relationships that you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. You know who to be aware of, who to watch, who to not trust. There's that saying, you keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. You're always aware of what's going on, and that gives you some insight as to what's going on behind the scenes. So your strength is that you can tap in to the vibe around you and be alert to things that are trying to be passed over you or around you, and you can catch those quickly. And also, you're the one that can help people who end up getting caught up in the subterfuge that takes place, and that they feel hurt and downtrodden by getting caught in this situation, and you're there to help them pick themselves up, dust themselves off, and move on by being the sounding board and by being able to give them good advice. So this is your strength, and it needs to be heightened right now. You need to be really aware and tapped into the energies going on around you and the people closest to you. Um, if there are people that you need help from, or you're counting on to carry out some important work for you, you might want to be checking up on them, making sure things are going right, that they've got a handle on what it is they're supposed to be doing, that they're being diligent about it, and that they're not trying to hide anything from you. So just be aware of that. Just kind of subtly check into things and keep your ear perked up to try to catch anything that might be in the works to go amiss and work against you. All right, our next card is what is hindering or challenging you? All right, this is the Seven of Swords. And it would seem that there is something going on behind the scenes where someone has a grudge or is out to get you for whatever reason. They either have a personal grudge, or they're looking at wanting your position, or the recognition that you have. We're back here to this Ten of Pentacle cards, where you're on the top of your game. You've got everything. You've got everything you need, and things are going swimmingly for you. But there's someone or something going on in the background that is jealous of it. They would like to be in your position, and they're just trying to figure out how to make that work. This could also be reflecting back to this treachery or betrayal in our Three of Swords here. So the fact that we have two swords, they're back to back, and they have kind of a similar vein here. You just want to be very careful and very alert, a bit protective of your ideas right now. Be careful who you trust when you're bouncing ideas off of people or sharing thoughts of what it is you want to move on to or accomplish next. Because there's someone around you looking for an opportunity to try to show you up and try to topple you from this comfortable, prestigious position and situation that you have. So you want to be very, very careful. There's some treachery there. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be a very subtle thing. It can be a very petty thing. It could be just very petty jealousy, and it could just be a series of just small little things that are majorly annoying, and not, major or really serious. But if they accumulate, it could end up being something big that could be difficult to deal with. So just be alert. All right, our last card is how should you move forward? And we have the Four of Swords. Okay, so your Four of Swords means rest. Take it easy. You don't have to be on guard 24/7. You don't have to be hyper vigilant. I would say this card helps emphasize, because we have three swords here, that you need to be capitalizing on logic. Don't give in to your emotions in these situations. You need to be highly logical, analytical, weighing the pros and cons, and just being alert and gathering information and keeping that at the forefront of your mind. Right now, you don't need to be actively doing anything. It's time to just take a little bit of a break, focus on yourself, your self-care, build that up, because, you know, you are going to be moving up more. I mean, you've got everything going for you. You've got the resources, you've got everything in place. Things are going to naturally move forward to where you need to be next. So don't try to force anything. You need to focus more on your intellect and your logic and keeping your emotions and feelings in check. You don't ignore them, but don't let them have more weight over being able to analyze and plan and think through things in a logical, coherent way. Make your plans, but now is not the time to move forward with them. Enjoy where you're at, capitalize on that, reinforcing the resources that you have, and just be prepared, because when that next step comes, it's going to be a natural progression. And if you are looking through these things, being ready, being alert, having a plan, then it's all going to shift forward for you and take you along with it. So, waiting is hard, you know, especially when things are going great and you just want to move and keep going. But it's also important to have that rest and refreshment so that you're on top of your game in all aspects, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. When they're all in tune and in balance and you're in that good place holistically, then you're prepared when the next opportunity comes to follow it and to see it through and take the next logical step. Because of these swords, I'm saying you need to focus on the logic and your wisdom about how things should move forward. And you'll know that when it presents itself, and it will present itself when it's time and when you are ready. So Focus right now on rest, relaxation, self-care, self-improvement, and keep working your job, your situation like you have been, but you can take a little bit of a break and focus on you a little bit more. And once that has taken place, then you'll be able to move forward. The next step is just going to naturally present itself and be there for you. So, well, that's the message that I got for you. I hope it resonated with you and that it's encouraging, a little bit to watch out for, but it's nothing you can't handle. You're in a good place for that. So I hope this was helpful and useful to you, and I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye.